Right at the boat, right at the boat. I stopped the crankbait to take a step back for my next cast. I watched him come up and eat it, dude. Cody, you need to do a little video on how to throw a Zeruch or what?
Man, I think so. You know, it's an underrated crankbait, man, that a lot of guys have been trying to keep secret for years. It's a Zeruch. It's only been out for a couple years by Evergreen. Let's sit down, man. Let's take a look at this thing and let's talk about the Zeruch and what makes it so good. You know, to me, the first thing that pops out is definitely the lip of this crankbait. Like I say, this is a bigger crankbait, you know, really that 2.0, 2.5 size crankbait. But when you see this lip, that coffin style lip, what that allows this bait to do is to fish in heavy cover, you know, whether you're cranking rock, some wood. I like to throw this bait on big line and really crank it through the thickest stuff. You know, 4-wheel drive this thing through there. And you can see it's gonna hit off here and it's gonna really deflect really good off this lip because of the lip design. And you go towards the bait, you know, you got a really cool slender down tail. That hook's gonna really have a lot of movement. It's not gonna hang up on the bait. It's gonna freely swing. And when a fish comes up, you know, it's gonna get a really good hookup ratio as well. When you look at the front hook, you're gonna see this indentation in the bait right here, and you see how the hook will lay flat kind of on the bait. That's gonna really allow you to, again, fish over that structure, over those big boulders, riprap, you know, some wood without snagging. So it's gonna shoot over the top of that structure. It's gonna deflect really well, and that's gonna get you a lot of bites. Bigger style bait up on the back here. And then again, it really slenders down. So overall, the Zeruch is just it's a fish catching machine. It's a fun bait to throw because you're gonna throw it on that bigger line, wind it through the thickest stuff, and it's gonna generate a ton of big bites for you.
Oh, pounded.
Man, that sucker smoked it. Little Zeruch bass.
Zeruch is getting them, huh?
It is. You see that bite though?
Yeah, dude,
Dang.
hammered you.
Dude, hammered it.
So this is my first time fishing the Zeruch. I want to let this guy go and kind of walk us through how you fish it and stuff like that.
Yeah, sounds good, man.
All right, so Cody, we're here in the spring, pre-spawn. What's your approach on fishing the bait? How do you fish it?
Yeah, so the Zeruch here, I mean, this is an awesome square bill. It really deflects structure really well. So, you know, when I'm fishing the Zeruch, I want to bang this thing off of anything I can. I mean, if it's rock, if it's, you know, it's a laydown. I mean, my goal with the Zeruch is to put this thing on the structure, and because of that lip, it's going to shoot off and deflect really well. You know, and also you look at the hook placement. You know, you can put two bigger hooks on here, and the hook placement allows for the hooks not to snag on the structure. So when you're banging that stuff off a structure, you know, especially big rock or whatever you might be fishing, you're way less likely to snag up. You want a bump structure with, you know, it's a bigger style of crankbait, you know, and it's really meant for fishing that, you know, 2 to 4 foot depth zone.
Well, so far I like it. We caught a bunch of fish on it so far. Decent sized fish and smoking it too. They're definitely getting after it.
They're biting it. Oh, there he is. Oh, got her.
Chunky, dude.
Smoked
Nice.
that Zeruch too, man. Smallmouth. I definitely think today it's that bright color, man. We're throwing 2 different colors, but the key is chartreuse, man, because these are very aggressive bites on that Zeruch. Corey, look at that.
Yeah, we got the double. Hey, let's talk a little bit about the gear you normally use for this and rod, reel, line, and setup and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, let's do that.
You know, the setup I love for throwing the Zeruch is really simple. You know, generally, I like a 7 foot to a 7 foot 4 inch cranking rod. You know, that can be a glass rod, it can be a composite. You know, personally, I like the Daiwa Tatsuli Elite rod. This is a 7.4 cranking bladed jig rod by Brent Ayler. A little bit longer rod, very parabolic for throwing this Zeruch. You know, again, this is a bigger crankbait, so I need a little bit bigger rod, something to sling that bait out there. And then when I'm winding that bait through, I get the right hookup ratio. You know, line, I like bigger line as well too. Because we're throwing this thing in thick cover, I want a bigger line. This is a Daiwa J Fluoro Samurai, this is 20 pound. I generally recommend a 16 to a 20 pound fluorocarbon. Straight fluorocarbon seems to be the deal with throwing the Zeruch. And for the reel, I generally throw something slower. You know, a 6.3 is the preferred gear ratio for me when I'm throwing the Zeruch. You know, I'm throwing the Daiwa Tattooly Elite casting reel here. This is a 6.3. And why I like this Elite reel, it's got the T-Wing system on there, the Mag Force Z, but this Elite reel is a long cast reel. So, you know, if I'm going down, say, a riprap bank, a dam, whatever it might be, I can launch this bait a lot further with the Daiwa Tattooly Elite reel. And to me, this is the perfect combo for throwing the Evergreen Zeruch. You guys, thanks for watching, and make sure you guys pick up the Evergreen Zeruch or any of the products you guys saw here is all available right now at tacklewarehouse.com. There he is, Corey.
Nice, bud.
Oh!
I clear?
You're clear.
Oh, I saw that was like slow motion life.
You saw it come before your eyes?
Ooh. Ah.